Grinners, and the Grinners keep coming. Nash Rawiller and Gay Waterhouse stars throughout the carnival, as I mentioned at the top of the show. 15 wins from the past 44 runners, 44 races for Gay. Nash Rawiller rode a fair portion of those and joined us now with his bodyguards, Campbell and Caitlin. Nash, good to see you again, and great to see Campbell and Caitlin. They're brightening up the Sunday morning for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks for having us. Yeah, it's great to be here.
And what do you think, Campbell? We're going to have a look at some of your fine work from yesterday, because you had a big job yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, just being myself, really, and wanting to say thanks to Singer, Gay and Dad, and most importantly, more Joyous.
Yeah. Well, how come you got the gig, not Caitlin? Caitlin, why didn't you get a crack at that? Is it you the next run?
Yeah, hopefully.
Caitlin was a bit slow for the thing. It was Campbell who rang Singer the week before. He said, Singer, Campbell here, son. He said, next week, he said, I want to do the presentation.
Well, have a look at this, Campbell. You can rate yourself here. You made the big speech yesterday on behalf of John Singleton. Have a look at this.
Members of the committee, ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, how amazing is this mighty mare, more Joyous? Not only is she the best mare in Sydney, she has taken on international horses, shown them she's a fighter, and beaten them fair and square. On behalf of Singer and Strawberry Hill Stud Farm, thank you to everyone who has helped more Joyous get here today. To all kids sitting at home, racing is the best sport in the world. So get your parents to bring you down to the track and get involved. Congratulations, Singer, Gay, Dad, and more Joyous. Once again, you are victorious, and I love you, Singer.
Great work there, Campbell. Caitlin, you're having a bit of a giggle in the background there. Obviously proud of your brother, but Nash, you've got to say that was fantastic, though. You must be proud as a dad to watch that.
Yeah, look, it was, just topped off an amazing carnival, and yeah, very proud to watch Campbell do that, and Caitlin will have her chance, hopefully Cox Plate Day. And
it was a special day today because it's the big fella's birthday down the end as well, and 11 years old today, Campbell, but out of his mouth come, I think, a great message for racing is about kids. My two kids come to the races regularly. Nat, we see Caitlin and Campbell there, and we see some other kids, but we've got to start seeing more kids at the races, Campbell, because it is. We love it every time. My kids love it, and you two love it, don't you?
Yeah, we love it. It's fun.
So you get the best
nice
seats.
watching the races, and yeah, it's even better when watching some of the best horses in the country.
And of course, pretending that we bet, and I know that Dad explains to you what he'd like on before he leaves for work.
Campbell, do you want to get into racing yourself? Would you like to be involved?
Yeah, I would like to be involved. Like my uncle, he's
Toddy.
Yeah, Todd. He's a real. We usually go to him and ride his pony, and yeah, just help him a lot.
And Caitlin, you love all your sport, don't you?
I love sport.
What's your favourite sport?
I can't really say. I love every single sport I play. Like netball and tennis is probably my favourite.
Just before we move on to the race, Campbell, I live near the GWS and Kevin Sheedy. I was telling the other day, I was talking about Nash and more Joyce, and he said, well, a little spite. He told me that his recruitment officer for GWS has been out watching the Maroubra Saints, and they reckon you're the best young on baller there is going around. Is that true?
Well, I'm not sure, because in my team there's a boy named Ryan Connolly, and we're pretty much fighting it out together, but yeah, we're a good little team, Maroubra Saints.
Richard, I'll tell you one thing. He won't be playing for the GWS, that's for sure. National.
They pay more at GWS, big fella, don't they?
National agreed. You want to play for the mighty Richmond Tigers, don't you?
Yeah, they're our team.
Yeah.
And the good thing is you'll be able to tell your kids to keep the passion going for Richmond, because they might win a flag when your kids are alive.
Yeah. Let's hope before then.
Oh, please, they're awful.
Let's have a look now.
I said to Campbell, you've got to stick with Richmond. I said, I can't promise you're going to win a premiership in my lifetime, but I promise you they'll win one in yours.
And you would be gone.
I'll be gone, yeah. I'll never get to see one, but I promise you we will.
We are seeing some great horses in this country right now, and one of them, of course, is Nash's More Joyous for Singo, and this was the Tabcorp Queen Elizabeth Stakes yesterday.
And Rangy Rang Do and Jimmy Shue broke well. Jimmy Shue went straight to the front and led from rekindled interest going forward. More Joyous on the outside is also rolling forward. And then Secret Admirer, Americane going up to be about midfield, followed by Managar. And then Rangy Rang Do drifting back and back last of all, Speediness. So Nash had a look across and he decided he wanted to go to the front. So More Joyous took it up as they run to the back. and led by a length or so, Rekindled Interest on the outside of Jimmy Shue. Then Secret Admirer, Managar, Merricane now in front of two runners, and they are Rangy Rangdu and Speediness last of all. In the back, 1,400 to go. And More Joyous on top here. She led by about 2 lengths. Rekindled Interest in second spot. 3/4 Jimmy Shue on the inside. A similar gap, Secret Admirer. And then further back on the inside, Managar, followed by Americane. He's one off the fence on the outside of Rangy Rangdu. And Speediness back last of all. They go to the top corner with 1,000 to go. And the Doncaster winner, More Joyous, on the quick back, up led by a couple of lengths on Rekindled Interest, running second, about 2 lengths astern. Jimmy Shue is third, followed by Secret Admirer. Then Managar on the inside, 3/4 Americane, Rangy Rangdu, and Speediness 2 or 3 away at the tail of the field. No change in the order, 800 to 1, and More Joyous led out clearly by a couple of lengths. Rekindled Interest is on its hammer in second spot from Jimmy Shue now. Williams is starting to stoke Americane up. He's making his move on the outside. Then the Managar getting off the fence, followed by Rangy Rangdu on the outside. Speediness looking to get up on the fence as they run to the home turn. They're bunched right up, and Secret Admirer in the centre. More Joyous under a hold as they come up the rise. Led from Rekindled Interest, Speediness on the fence, but More Joyous went into another gear. She exploded away from Rekindled Interest. Then Speediness, Managar, Rangy Rangdu down the outside, but over the last 200 metres, More Joyous is clear. She's in front. Oh, we should never have doubted her. More Joyous is going down to the post to win the Queen Elizabeth in a canter. Managar second, Secret Admirer third. And then we've got...
Another Group 1 for More Joyous. Only Sunline and Black Cavalry have got more than her. Females 13 and 10 for those two. But she's going to keep racing this one, More Joyous. Got away with a trickery here, Nash. The first 800, 53.78. I don't know what you did. Well, no one to chase you. 53.78, 800. That's no wonder you run home in 34.55.
Could you believe that, Nash? How slow you were going and that you were left alone?
Yeah, no, look, I've got to be honest. I was unbelievably surprised. I mean, you've got some of our best weight for age staying, or weight for age staying horses there coming back from the BMW, and I just expected they would be throwing the kitchen sink at their horses early to try and set them alight and make it a staying test. And I sort of jumped out with the plan to be running fifth and just fifth. Well, we're not
because there's so much.
I hate going into a race with a plan, but I was more than happy yesterday to take a sit and teach us something and go into the Cox Plate.
There was so much talk before the race,
knowing what we could do with it.
They're going to go forward. They're going to do this. They're going to. None of it eventuated.
Well, Vince Arcadi from dailysectionals.com.au has worked out you went 7 lengths slower than the first 1,200 in the Cox Plate that you ran in. 7 lengths slower.
And I went slow in that Cox Plate.
I went slow, exactly.
I went slow in the Cox Plate when I ran.
Just watching you, are you working on this sort of hybrid style as well? This sort of, watching you with your whip
styles each race.
No, yeah, I love changing and swapping. Yeah.
You're just doing a bit of the old sort of, wind them up, and is that you?
Making a cake.
You had plenty of time to do it anyway. Nothing else was happening there.
I didn't have to use it yesterday, really. It was just all for the show.
She just travelled sweetly?
She did. She travelled unbelievably and felt enormous yesterday. And, look, she's the best she's ever been, and I'm sure she can come back even better again in the spring.
Well, that said about the speed, was that a good guide to say that she'll run the strong 10 furlongs like she did yesterday?
Oh, look, I think so. I mean, I've never had a doubt in the world that she'll run 2,000 metres, but seeing I'm going to try it, I'd try her over to sort of to see, well, I said put her out in the paddock and just set her for the Cox Plate, we didn't need to do that yesterday to know, I didn't think, but anyway, now she's proven it. And
obviously, she's going to be set for the Cox Plate. Is she a better horse in Sydney than Melbourne? To my eye, she looks to have hung a few times, especially at Caulfield, getting around the turn there. A little bit in the Toorak, she wobbled a little bit on the turn. Is she a better horse here in Sydney than in Melbourne?
Well, I don't think you can really say that, to be quite honest. I think she's won 2 or 3 Group 1s.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying...
In travelling-wise?
Travelling-wise, she looks to be a little bit more comfortable this way of going.
Look, in my opinion, she just adapts to whatever's thrown at her. She's just one of those horses. That's why she's won 19 races.
Yeah.
She just adapts. That's what good horses do. Wet, slow, fast tempo, slow tempo. She adapts, and that's what makes her so good. 5
or 6 months out, think of this as a race with 4 horses that come straight to mind: Atlantic Jewel, Mosheen, Pierro, and More Joyous in a Cox Plate. It's shaping up pretty good already, isn't it?
Yeah, look...
And that doesn't include the other good weight for age horses who ran yesterday.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, there's some truly amazing horses around right at the moment, and it'd be great to see them all come together in the Cox Plate this year.
Really? You'd like to see Pierro there against More Joyous? You can't ride both.
Nah, well, I wouldn't be able to ride Pierro anyway. Like, obviously, we'll have 49 or something. So,
sure? That might be Campbell's go.
Yeah, that'll be his first ride.
Your first ride.
Booked already. Let's have a listen to Gay yesterday. We've seen plenty of her during the carnival, and rightly so. Here's Gay.
How about the way he rode her? You know, I didn't tell him anything. He just decided, he really sort of clicked in his mind, how am I going to win this race? And he realised that probably they're all sit back. And he took control. Question mark, could she run the distance? Ha ha. Could she run the distance? She just annihilated them. The further she went, the more she came away.
Fantastic way to end your carnival with another treble, and you must be so proud of yourself, Gay, as much as of this filly.
No, I'm proud of them, because without the horses I couldn't do it, without the owners you couldn't do it. It's just a joy watching it today. It was really very special. Well, now I've got to go and face Singo.
What a star she is, Gay. It's just a joy to be around Nash, isn't she? She's not glass half full, she's glass overflowing, isn't she?
Yeah, look, it's just been a tremendous effort by all the team there. We've had a couple of disappointing carnivals, so to speak. You know, like More Joyous has been our main flag bearer, and she's just been able to really pull it together and stay strong and keep, I guess, focused with all these horses coming through, and they've all had their chance to sort of get there, and, you know, it's been an amazing effort, really. I mean, not only More Joyous and Pierro, but the whole team.
Well, we'll show you all
horses coming through.
We'll show the list of these horses which you want to be with shortly. But we'll go to the Champagne Stakes, and is this the next superstar of Australian racing here, Pierro?
Pierro jumped okays in the first couple, settling down. Raceway driving through to take up the running just after the start, and led from Pierro and Limes, who was the best into stride, but is now easing back to take a sit, followed by Flying Schnitzel. Tatra going up on the outside, and then came Strength, followed by Dear Demi and Reveiw, and Trophies went out the back last of all. So the stablemates in front as they settle down. It's Raceway on top, leading by 3/4 of a length on Pierro, but now Tatra makes a move to go up and challenge for the lead. And into the first corner, it's Raceway taken on by Tatra. Pierro now in behind them, followed by Flying Schnitzel. Limes is running fifth, one off the rail on the back of the favourite, and then came Reveiw, followed further back by Strength and Dear Demi, and Trophies back last of all at the 800 metre mark, and Tatra kicked away and led by about a length and a quarter now on Pierro. Raceway back to third on the rail, and then came Limes, followed by Flying Schnitzel on the outside now, starting to make a move as Strength. He's going forward, followed next by Dear Demi and Reveiw, and Trophies is back last of all as they near the home turn with 500 to run. Into the straight they come here, and Tatra led from Pierro. Raceway's under the stick already. Flying Schnitzel going up near the inside. Wider out on the track. Strength and Dear Demi are running on. Limes is also with that group, but now Pierro strides up on the outside, gets the better of Tatra, and races away, accelerated strongly. Then Dear Demi, but it's Pierro going for the Triple Crown. He's got it. He's going to join an elite group and remain undefeated. And Pierro goes down to beat Dear Demi. Tatra got third.
Just brilliant. 6 out of 6, almost $3 million prize money for the horse that cost $235,000. Pierro, named after a bottle of wine, and in the Champagne Stakes. And as good as he's been all this campaign, Nash, he looked just totally in the zone yesterday.
Yeah, look, he's what's helping now, he's got out to his trip that he's probably been looking for, really, and he was just so dominant yesterday, and also in the size, you know, he just keeps raising the bar, and he's such a good colt. I've been blown away by how good he is.
Well, that's probably the thing. He probably won the slipper at a distance that is not really his go, you'd think, but the barrier helped him on the day. But as you say, he's now getting to distances that suits his breeding and his style of racing.
Yeah, well, look, the barrier helped him. I mean, the whole week leading up to the race, everyone was saying barrier one's a shock and draw. You got to give the horse credit. He put himself in a spot where he could win the race, and the leader kicked away by 2 or 3, and he ran it down. You know, you can't play down what the horse has done. It's just been unbelievable.
He's won the Breeders' Plate at 1,000 metres. He's won on heavy ground. He's won on good ground. There's not too many things you can throw at him and say, well, he's not the best we've seen. I mean, you go back to, Mark, you mentioned yesterday, Luskin Star, the best 2-year-old.
Well, I think Luskin Star was more brilliant. Like, he won a Breeders' Plate by 12 and he won the Slipper by 7. So he was a different style of horse. He was a more 1,200 metre horse who stretched to 14 and 16, whereas this horse is probably the opposite.
Yeah, he's probably a miler
who's won over 1200.
Whose courage and heart won in the Slipper. But he's the best 2-year-old I've seen, I think, clearly. He's the best 2-year-old I've seen now, Pierro. He was so dominant, and right from day one, and as you said, I think some horses we think, they're going to be better at 3. I've got no doubt this bloke he's got the best ahead of him.
So it was all too hard, I suppose they say, but Gay won this with Dan Pierro, won the Triple Crown, but Manhattan Rain was a good 2-year-old for Gay and ran second in a Cox Plate to say you think. So imagine this horse, you'd be a nominal favourite easily for a Caulfield Guineas into a Cox Plate. It'd be a terrific chance, wouldn't he?
Oh, he certainly would. Look, I don't know whether they'll have a crack or not at this stage, but certainly in my mind, this horse could do it. He could.
Yesterday, Nash, you're not more aggressive, but you put him there. You wanted to put him up in the first few. Yeah,
well, the horse just got into his comfort zone very, very quickly. Really, I was a little bit positive out of the gates, but I think you've got to be in those races.
Yeah.
You know, you sort of then you can sort of call where you want to be if you're a little bit aggressive and. Yeah, the horse, once he got there, he just switched off and coasted, you know, and, I mean, I sort of, he was home at the 700. He just absolutely...
I think he was home before he jumped because he was 100 yards better than him.
Well, that's
just quickly, Nash, like with Gay all the 2-year-olds, did at any stage, because we kept hearing Nash is on Pierro, and then Tommy was on Dry Fontaine, Huey picked up Raceway, were you thinking, I hope I'm on the right one?
Oh, look, don't worry, it was going through my mind... You know, for months, what I was going to end up on, and you know, when Pierro won the Breeders, he wasn't at all what you'd call flash. I mean, he to get there and do what he done a great job. And look, you've got to remember with this horse, all he wants to do is win. You know, he's not going to go out and win by 6. As long as his head's in front, he's happy. You know, and that's the amazing part about the horse. You know, and that's why he's just sort of kept surprising even me, you know. He just gets the job done. It's
all one big family, Caitlin. I see Gay all the time at the race with you. She makes you and Campbell, and particularly your mum Sarah, that you feel like you're part of the Gay Waterhouse family.
Yeah.
And that's I suppose that's important for Nash and for the family.
Definitely.
So you know one thing, Rich, they haven't got any tickets when they go in. They just walk straight in. They just, there they come. They haven't got a ticket. There they go.
I don't have a ticket.
Let's have a look at Fat Al. No reference to Rich. He's
up.
King, a neck to Iggy Pop, and then a couple of lengths, Just the Tonic and Hugel, Rekindled Alliance and Isopakers last. They swing down the side, and he's dropped anchor here on the leader. It's Fat Al in front, just loping along at his own speed, led from Ambidexter outside of him, Outlaw Princess third, and then came Devonshire Duke, followed by Danzig King. So the roughies in the betting are third, fourth and fifth, and then Iggy Pop, followed by Hugel, Just the Tonic. Rekindled Alliance starts to make his move, and Isopakers still back last. Running up to the 600 metres, there hasn't been much speed on. Ambidexter going out after Fat Al, who's just got the leaders. They approach the home turn. Fat Al in front of Ambidexter, Devonshire Duke, Iggy Pop starting to make his move, and then Outlaw Prince followed in behind them next by Rekindle Alliance down the outside. Fat Al being joined by Ambidexter. They sprint away, but Fat Al had a kick on the inside. He got a neck in front again from Ambidexter. 3 to Rekindle Alliance. It's Fat Al in front. He's holding Ambidexter at the moment. Fat Al and Ambidexter. Fat Al starts to lengthen. He got away over the concluding stages and wins it by a length on Ambidexter. Rekindle Alliance third, Isopac fourth.
Well, another horse is building the great winning record. That's 5 out of 6. That's 5 out of 7 for Fat Al at 2,000 metres. Probably goes to Queensland and probably wins the Derby up there. He'll get the trip up there, Nash, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I've got a problem with him getting the trip. He's a very very nice horse, and you know he's sort of just wait and see how he does in the next few days, because I'd like to see him have a shot at something in the spring. I don't know, but go and make a mind up over the next few days.
This is another race where you got away with murder in front. Another race where they just absolutely walked. It was no surprise to see first 2 round the home turn fight it out, because you just dictated the game.
Yeah, well, look, I was very aggressive on him to get to where I wanted to be, and you know, he's one of his well, you know, full credit to Gay. She took the blinkers off him this week, and a few of the boys there at home were a little bit concerned about that, and she was spot on. Like, once he got there, he just relaxed, and you always knew he was going to give a very good kick then.
And I'll tell you what, and what you said, Mark's right. Nash got away with murder there, but it's the way that Gay, like Tommy, they train their horses to make their own luck. A lot of the horses go forward and they're on the speed. They can sit behind if there's a mad speed, but you make your own luck, and I think that's the nature, and that's why Gay wins so many races.
Is there a back marker in the stable there, Nash? I'm trying to think of one that gets back midfield and charges home. Is there?
Yeah.
The great snowman did the other day.
Yeah, he's had it, but
he was fifth, yeah.
I just can't think of one.
We've never, honestly. I said to Gay, do you mind if I ride this one back once? And she said, no, you won't be doing that.
No, but there's an old story that TJ, I think, said to, I think Malcolm Johnson one day, or Malcolm said, I want to ride this a little bit further back, and Tommy said, yeah, that's okay, have it running third.
What a carnival she has had, Gay. Have a look at these. I don't think another trainer's had 7 winners. She's had 7 Group 1s. Is it
amazing?
Can you think of a trainer who's had 7 winners? She's had 7 Group 1s, Pierro and More Joyous 3 each, and Laser Hawk with the Reveiw, and the Group 2s, 5 of them, More Joyous, Niagara, Pierro.
He won the Reveiw Gardens.
That's it, the Reveiw Holden Prep. In the Hobartville, 4 Group 3s, Fat Al got 2 of those, Western Symbol and Fast Clip, and there's a couple of promising ones here in the listed brigade, 7 of them, including Landing. Nobby Snip got beaten yesterday, but what a car.
Isn't that amazing?
No
other trainers trained 7 winners. She's trained 7 Group 1s. It's, does she amaze you? Like, because she works hard and expects the same from everyone that works with her.
Yeah, she does. And, actually, she's been a bit light on me the last couple of weeks. Just been looking after me back there. Got a bit ordinary for a couple of weeks after.
You've got to stop those extracurricular activities during the carnival.
I'll tell you what, I won't be doing star jumps anymore.
I
won't be doing an injury.
That was a big one too yesterday. There was a great photo in the paper. One photographer had fallen over onto the ground before Nash dismounted and put the camera up and just got Nash at the right time. It looked like you were hitting the clouds.
Was that premeditated, or did Singo urge you on there?
Yeah, no, just thought about it when I thought, if I'm ever going to do one, now's the time, because it was... Yeah, look, it was the end of topped off an unbelievable sort of 6 weeks that the stables had, and you know, I was still pinching myself last night, really, to what we've achieved over the last 6 weeks. It's amazing.
Well, Nash, the stable had a couple of years where they probably didn't perform up to expectations. Did Gay change things with the routine or anything to get back to this level? Anything that you could notice?
I don't think... I really, honestly think that she's just gone back to what she knew best.
Basically.
TJ's way, what she was taught, and that's what I believe.
I'll tell you what, she's got Waller terrified now, because it looked forlorn 2 months ago, and she's now she's on fire, the lady.
Yeah, look, we've you know, she's had to settle all these
for the carnival, exactly.
For that carnival, and to be quite honest, the next 2 months here in Sydney is going to be very difficult for us. Like, we've got a few nice ones there coming through, but we haven't got 10 horses to come through and really make a charge at the premiership, but we'll be certainly giving her our best shot.
Well, she's been the star, there's no doubt about that, on and off the track, and I keep saying that she's our most underutilised star there is. She's the star of that show. I know we've got 3 of them here, Nash, but the star of your show, she's outside Sarah.
Yeah, she is too. Mum's she's a star, isn't she?
Yeah, definitely. She keeps us going.
Now, Nash doesn't lie. Nash doesn't tell me the truth, I think, sometimes. As your mum, I've said on TV a dozen times, I think she's the nicest person I've ever met. Has she ever been angry?
Well, it's probably because we're being naughty.
Oh, God,
yeah,
no, God. These are too good of kids. They're blaming themselves now. That'll do me.
Nash, congratulations. Great carnival for you, and great to see the kids in. Campbell and Caitlin, well done. And Caitlin, you do the Cox Plate, will you?
Yeah, I hope so, yeah.
No, right.
She's got the job.
Definitely.
Thanks, thank you.
I reckon Campbell would backstab her and say to Singer, listen, you don't want the Sheila doing it. I'll do it, Singer.
Don't mind.
Thanks to Family Rawiller as we take a break. Here's Sky Rush winning the Emancipation.
Phil the Page led by a length, and on the outside of it, Miss Keith Shannara starting to run on. Fibrillation and Crafty Una are next, and Sky Rush has run up behind them with nowhere to go. As they run down to the 200, Shannara put its head in front. Fibrillation, Sky Rush trying to get through. Divorces and Crafty Una, 4 or 5 across the track. Sky Rush is bursting through in the centre. It went through now to hit the lead from Fibrillation, and it's Sky Rush. Sky Rush winning it.